Hi guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com, bringing you weekly videos about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. So if you're into these topics, come on over and subscribe because I do new videos every week, and it would be so great to see you here too. And this week's topic is very important. I want to dispel some common myths circulating around out there. And it's the idea that anything to do with energy healing or psychic abilities or anything that's so-called like supernatural is also spiritual. And it's so tricky because there are certain aspects of this work that can be spiritual, but when it comes down to just working with energy, and by energy I mean like Reiki or Bengston or different types of energy healing modalities, they don't necessarily, that energy doesn't necessarily have to be tied to anything spiritual, anything godlike. You know, you can if you want to, but it works just the same. I was talking to a friend about it the other day whose wife is naturally psychic, and they're so fun. And he was like, so energy. So like, is it spiritual? Like, I'm like, no. And he's like, well, like, I don't understand. Like, what? How do you explain it? And I said, well, it's like a resource. It's like gas. Or just, pure energy, because gas is a limited resource. As far as I know, with energy that's flowing, it's limitless. But it doesn't have to. We don't have to attribute it to a superpower, a force greater than us. We don't have to say it's spirit. We don't even have to call it the universe, because it's just energy. It's a resource, if that makes sense. And I think I'm trying to explain something very philosophical. I might not be explaining it in the perfect way, but I hope that it makes sense. Because what I'm feeling is so many people have difficult relationships with God that it can stop the belief of, the goodness in everything. If you just think of energy as just like electricity or gas or wind or solar, then you can take that whole God thing out of it and like just be in the flow. It's physics, a lot of it is just straight up science. And it works fine. You don't have to be like, oh, through the power of God, I heal you. And then you're like, oh, it was a miracle. It's God, it healed. It can just be energy work. Like, here, let me have some energy flow to you, and oh, I'm healed. I don't want to make this a really long rambling video, but on the flip side, I have to say that there are other dimensions, and there are other higher level beings, and there are other ways to tune into energy that can be attributed to more of like the source and the all that is. So if you're seeking greater meaning and you're seeking like wisdom and knowledge, and you want to connect with a living sentient force that's greater than humanity, that's there. But the energy and that don't have to be married to each other for it to work. And I just hope that makes sense. And along those lines, I have a meditation on my website. I have some meditations that are channeled, and you'll feel like this divine presence. And then I have other meditations where it's just connecting to energy. So I have all these channeled energy healings where you're working with the divine. But then I have a psychic clairvoyant toolkit meditation where you run earth energy and you run, solar energy and cosmic energy, and it's pure energy. It's not connecting to God or anything like of the above. So there's a difference there. And again, I'm trying to very quickly in a very short video explain a huge concept that you could probably write tomes and tomes about and explore from all different angles, but I want to simply talk about it here. If you'd like me to talk about this in more detail, ask me to make more videos in the comments below. If you have your own insights, I think it's really important that we all share, even if your views are different from mine. As long as you're, kind and polite, I think it's good for us to see different viewpoints on things. And so, before I wrap up too, most of what I'm discussing on this channel is my personal experience and point of view. You may have something different, and I think that's equally valid and should be heard as well. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter and what you feel when you do energy work, if you're an energy worker or if you're an intuitive. Like, how do you tune in, and how do you separate the divine from just the sort of energy as a resource kind of thing? I think it's, as I always say, it's important that we all talk about this stuff because it's fun and it's exciting, and it gives us permission to explore more too, and we see that more people are on the same page. So that's it for this video. Check out krishandi.com for those meditations I was talking about, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.